Hey, what is up? It's Thursday. I want to jump right into it real quick with you guys. I want to talk about how not to end up as what I have now labeled street meat. You got it. Street meat. Meat on the street, right? That shit don't sound appetizing to me. Street meat? That's kind of like a new name that I think they should start calling dusty ass dudes that are for the streets. Please, girl, don't get thirsty enough to sit on a tube of street meat. Okay, it's dirty. So last night, okay, I was cooking something really awesome, and um, I go to my window, and there across the street, underneath of those apartments that my ex narc would frequent, on the actual sidewalk in front of those apartments was this heavy set Caucasian female, probably in her 30s, you can never tell. Anyway, and she was clearly high. I mean, like high on something that definitely wasn't weed, obviously, right? High on some like serious shit. And she was like fake swimming on the sidewalk, right? On top of like her clothes and things. She had like a sports bra type thing, like I'm wearing like right now, right? Just which is basically stops like a half shirt thing, right? And she had on like yoga pants, and like clearly she was toe up. All right, not I don't know about drunk, but this was beyond like normal shit, beyond weed and liquor combined. All right, it was something big. So anyway, who pulls up next to her? Not on the sidewalk, just on the street. Who pulls up? None other than Old Dusty. Who was Old Dusty? My ex-narc. Right? Because he's still lurking, okay? He's still hungry as shit and don't have nothing to his, to his own name. So Old Dusty pulled up and kind of gave her this look from his little like rickety tickety janky little moped thing to see like, hey, as if to question, are you still useful in any way? Like if I put you on the back of this bike, are you gonna be useful? You're kind of on the street like me, so I'm just gonna pull off. And he pulled his Old Dusty pulled off, right? And she was still like, tits spilling out, rolling all over the ground, like, right? God, man, she was softer than bird shit. It was crazy, and I just found it to be disgusting that I had that realization even harder than I already realized of how much of like a predator he is, and how much of a predator narcissists in general just are, right? I was like, ew, you're so gross and predatory that like you would ride by and look at this, like analyze this female who's clearly not coherent and try to debate within that thing that I'm sure you used to call a brain, if ever, um, whether or not you should try to like utilize her in some way because people are tools and things to them, right? All right. That's disgusting. It reminded me of when my dad asked me one time, because I told him before I realized he was a narc that this lady had been asking about him, but I was like, she doesn't really seem like your type. I mean, you're always going for this type of person. He was like, yeah, but is she, what did he say? He said, is she fixable? My dad asked me, was a human being, a woman that was interested in him? He said, yeah, but is she fixable? Like a car, like a lemon. You know how in the hood you call a beat up ass car a fucking lemon? It was like, yeah, but can you make lemonade with those lemons? That's kind of how I was like, God damn, you a nasty piece of shit. So anyway, let's go back to the story. There's no doubt in my mind that my ex-narc more than likely waited like a vulture for about 30 minutes to an hour and picked this bitch up anyway. Probably. just to see if she would lead him to some kind of hole in an alley that he could sleep in for free in the night. Or he just went back to the purple-haired, weird pea-pouring old grandma ass, 60-something-year-old ass bitch, and probably had sex with her. The one with the vagina that looked like a scrunchie from the 80s. Fuck. Probably is laying up there. I mean, I don't know. I'm not fluent in bum, let alone do I even know slivers of the shit. I just know what I heard. Anyway, so yeah, but it was just really gross that he was like still scoping her out and scanning this female that was clearly over the top inebriated with like drugs, baby. And she white in the city. When you start seeing white bitches in the city rolling around on drugs, like, and it ain't Baltimore, something going on. Some brothers been and used her already and dropped her ass off. That's a whole nother scenario, a whole nother genre of bullshit we could talk about. So let's move on. All right. It reminded me, though, it gave me this thought, like, bing, the narcissist is not an apex predator. What is an apex predator? An apex predator is one of those animals, right, that will fucking jump on something bigger and stronger than it, really hoping and trying its absolute damnedest to take that shit down because it sees that shit and it wants that shit, right? I see you and I want you, right? And I'm gonna have you, right? That's an apex predator. I don't care if I'm a tiger and you're an elephant. I want elephant meat, and I'm going to die trying to get it, or I'm going to get it and not die, right? That's apex. The narcissist is a bottom feeder. The narcissist is the type of person, or we'll just say thing. I kind of got out of line calling them a person. Please forgive me for that. Sincerely. They're the kind of animalistic thing, creature, entity that would hunt something like a baby gazelle that has just been born, a newborn, just fell out of the gazelle coochie onto the ground with the sack still on it. They'll eat that and attack that because it can't even see or walk or understand where the fuck it's even at. Versus that mama gazelle that can kick and jump and run and sprint and do all those things and hide. It wants the weakest of the weakest thing. That's why none of us have ever met the narcissist at a moment in time where we were at our most successful moment. We were, like I said in another video, we were always in transition somewhere, just got fresh out of a bad relationship, maybe 1 year out of a bad relationship, maybe transitioning from not having a job to having a new job, maybe transitioning and moving from one place to another place that's supposed to be better for you. It's never outside of transition, right? They never, ever pick anybody that is at their strongest point. I'll give you another example. Well, what about somebody like Kim Kardashian? She's a narc, clearly. I mean, fucking clearly. And she dates, like, other rich guys. Yeah, well, let's talk Kanye West real quick. Okay? Even though they were both filthy the fuck ass rich, she didn't fuck with him until after his mom died and his mind was fucking gone. You didn't see her fucking with him when his mama was still all out and about and shit. They weren't married with kids then. If they were, please correct me. But to my recollection, she didn't fuck with him until he was hurting and his mind was fucking gone because his mother was fucking dead. And he knew, well, we're not going to get into the fact that he said he sold his soul and sacrificed his mom. And that fucked him up in the head too. That's between him and Jesus, okay? But as far as what I'm talking about, I don't give a shit what financial status a narcissist is in. They never are apex predators. They are always bottom feeders. Bottom feeding on the wounded. The hurt, same difference. Wounded is hurt, right? Whether it's emotional, financial, spiritual, whatever. just like that girl rolling around outside on the sidewalk. I haven't seen this idiot. Well, I have, but like not right there in a long, kind of like at least a couple weeks, which is a long time, right? But it's like he could smell that wounded ass Becky on the street that was toasted from crack or some other shit. Matter of fact, it probably wasn't crack, because crackheads are pretty fast and strong and resourceful. I mean, they just kind of are. But it damn sure wasn't heroin. She wasn't sleepy. It was some other shit. I don't know what's out there, but he could smell it. He could almost, like he could smell, spiritually smell that there was a wounded gazelle type thing on the sidewalk last night. And he rolled by like he was grocery shopping, like a trash panda, looking in the trash like a fucking raccoon, just half-eaten donut. Not bad. I wonder if this donut will serve me. Oh, there's a tooth still in it. No. Oh well, whatever. Oh, that kind of shit. So anyway, we're coming up. It's springtime, baby. It's that season again where narcs are gonna be heavily narking again, because people gonna be showing skin. They're gonna be drunk. In her case, extremely high off some DC shit that nobody really knows but her and the Lord. And whoever's, well, we won't go there. But anyway, so yeah, you better watch out. That time where narcs gonna be scooping. They gonna be scooping all season and all summer long. Right? Hoping that they actually secure enough supply to put in a box for the winter. You know, when they really don't have nobody, they'll just go through that box and be like, like a Rolodex of stupid to go head through and see who they can lay up on in the winter. But they're gonna be collecting this summer, especially starting now in the springtime. And I don't know if he's the one that rolled back around and scooped that girl up, but I hope she made it wherever the fuck safe. Anyway, don't end up a street meat to a non-apex predator, a bottom feeder. Right? That is the narc. Love you guys, and I hope you're doing well, okay?